G'day YouTubers, Michael VK3HAU, and I want to talk to you today about this PTZ camera that I've recently installed. I installed it about 3 weeks ago, and I got tagged in on a Facebook page asking if I knew who the farmer was that lived next door to me, which I don't, but I thought, well, opportunity arise, I might log into the camera and see if I can see what the problem is. They reported that a cow was missing, or a cow was out of the paddock. So we logged into the PTZ camera from work, and I was able to see that the farmer was attending to his cows, so there was really no issue at all. And I reported as such back on the Facebook page that the cow was fine, which gives us a good opportunity to show you the capabilities of this PTZ camera. I actually was in the process of going to do a YouTube video on this PTZ camera, but I haven't got around to finishing it. So I thought, well, now's the opportunity to finish off the video. So the next section coming up of this video will be me talking about the PTZ camera and the mounting options, and that was recorded about 3 weeks ago. So I'll be quiet now and we'll go to that video. So this camera is a PTZ IR camera from HikVision. Its model number is DS-2DE4A425IW-DE. Oh, that should be 25IW-DE. I've already set one up. I've got two of these. I've already set one up at the shop, and I've had a bit of a play with it, and they're not too bad. They're actually quite good in the aspect that they have the ability to track people. So you can park the camera anywhere you want, because it's full 360 rotation, and you can park the camera wherever you want. You can zoom in. The set zoom is 25 times. But you can override that, and you can go up to 400 times. Now, when you override to 400 times, or when you override above 25 times, mechanical zoom at 25 times to a digital zoom. Because on the camera, I don't know if it says it here. It does say in the paperwork that it's only a 25 times zoom lens. So going up to the 400 times zooms, it has to be a digital, but correct me if I'm wrong. So out of the box, you've got your bit of paperwork here. Just a quick start guide. Why is this not focusing? Anyway, doesn't matter. Pull the camera out. Here's the unit. And you've got an Ethernet gland for waterproofing. You get these plaster mounts. I probably wouldn't use those though. The camera does weigh a fair bit, so I don't know if the plaster would hold it. I wouldn't trust it. Oh, that's a bracket that I've taken off the bottom of it, because I was looking at flat mounting it, but I've got a different option now. I actually bought a you can see that, a wall mount, which I have installed up a pole temporarily just to test it out here at home. If you look up there, I've temporarily installed it up there, just underneath the dish. So let's have a go at mounting it and have a bit of a play. Things that you get in the box is this lanyard. The lanyard is designed to screw. There's a screw hole here. Screw that into there, and then you clip that up to, clip this other bit up to the wall mount, and it's just to help you in the installation phase, and if you happen to drop the camera, it's hanging on to the lanyard. So I recommend that you do use that, because if you drop one of these cameras, especially if you're up a fair height, that's a lot of money. Here's the cable pass-through adapter that's been taken off. The idea behind that is, if you want to flat mount this, you can bring the cables out through the side there, and it's flat mounted, so the cables will squish up a bit and come out the side there. But normally this is on, this bit sits here, and that screws up, and you have that on if you're going to put it into one of those wall brackets. The other bit is this plate, which turns to lock the camera in place. You actually mount the plate first, which I can show you when we get up there. Oh shit. Oh, got a house fire, gotta go. And we're back. All right, so we had a call out to a house fire. Anyway, so I'm gonna screw this on. I'm fast running out of light now. Screw this on, I'll get this lanyard screwed up. We'll take this plate up and we'll mount that to the wall mount, and we'll get the camera up in the air. Alright, so we've got the wall plate mounted up on a plate on this pole. I've got the cat cable ran in there to connect up. The camera will run power over Ethernet, power the unit up, and there's a anchor point for our lanyard. So all we need to do is get this plate up. So this mounting plate screws up to the existing holes in this wall plate, and it's designed to have, like, it's got a keyway, so when you put the camera up, you twist it and it locks it into place in these keyholes. And then it's got this tab here that puts a locking screw in the side to stop the camera from untwisting. Let's get our camera up. Alright, we've got the camera mounted up onto the wall mount. I've just booted it up, and it should be ready to go. It's getting dark here. You can see the moon's there. So we're fast running out of light. Alright, so you've come this far in the video, so you may as well watch how the actual camera performs. The camera IR lights are turned off at this stage. I was having a bit of a play around with the IR settings and decided to turn them off to see what the camera would be like in the moonlight. There's a mounting pole there with the bracket as well, and I found if you have the IR light on, and I'll show you this later on, it flares out the camera. This section shows the camera in auto tracking mode. Now you see the camera's zoomed in on me because it's noticed movement, but then it's lost me behind the car and it times out. Not quick enough for me to come around and still track me from there. I haven't worked out how to make the auto tracking mode hang longer. As soon as it loses what it's tracking, if it hasn't regained it within a second or two, it then reverts back to its original position, which is the parked position. So now it's gone back and tracked the vehicle. So I found the auto tracking mode works really well, but if there's an object that's blocking the path of the object it's tracking, it loses that object and stalls. For example, if it's tracking a person walking down a footpath and there's a power pole in the way, as soon as that power pole comes into view, it loses the person that it was tracking, even though you can still see the person on the camera come out the other side of the power pole. The auto tracking mode stops, as it just did with that vehicle with the trees. And this is me coming back from dropping the bins off. And you can see it automatically detects movement and tracks me. So it doesn't do too bad a job actually. Just if there's a large object that gets in its way, like a tree or a power pole, it can confuse it. So just moving on to other sections of the video. So this part of the video we just demonstrate part of the zoom function. The camera's not mounted on a very steady pole, it does sway a bit. That's because the pole has got a couple of fairly big antennas mounted on it, which does cause it to sway. So this is actually what is called privacy masking. You can set up sections of the camera's view to be masked, which I have with those houses. And that works really well too, so if you like to be able to mask a certain section off from view, it does a good job to mask that object off, even though you PTZ past it, or you're moving the camera. So it maps it out, is what I suppose I'm trying to say, really well. Now with this next bit of video, I've got the camera zoomed in to a highway which is a fair distance away. That highway's about 5 kilometres, maybe 6 kilometres away. And you can see the cars going along the road there. Now up to 25 times, as I explained earlier, is a mechanical zoom, and then after 25 times it's a digital zoom. So this is a bit of video of nighttime with the IR light turned on. And as you can see, any metal objects that are in front of the IR light reflects back into the lens and gives it a bit of a lens flare. And this was a pitch black night, no moonlight, just a real dark night. There is a bit of IR light flooding from the other cameras down there, you could see. But yeah, the camera does suffer a bit of reflection and lens flare. The guide wire there is actually causing a bit of lens flare. So we zoomed in at 4 times here. You can see the trees from the IR light. And you can see a couple of towers with their flashing lights on there in the distance. So we're coming around to the mounting pole, and I'll show you how badly this flares out. So the mounting pole is actually completely flares the lens out, and you can't see anything once you're too close to that pole. So I guess that's one of its downfalls. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video, and you've come this far, so you may as well hit the like button and the subscribe button. We'll see you on the next one. Cheerio.